And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live. We're on the road today. We're at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Pert near is, as far as I'm concerned. It was, and is a wonderful day in the neighborhood. We got baseball tonight, big baseball game. The rematch between the Cyclones and Tennessee I. Went into extra innings last night, and Tennessee I prevailed, so the Cyclones will bring it back to Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock first pitch. Tucker Taylor on the camera. We'll bring you the play-by-play. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great night to come down and watch a good ball game. Weather's going to be nice. Need to be down there and be a part of it. We'll bring it to you again beginning at 6:30 tonight here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. We are here at Phil's Dream Pit. Oh, yes. Pulled chicken, pulled pork, pulled beef, pork platters, pork wings, brisket platters, half-rack rib meals, 3-rib meal, the sampler platter, meat by the pound. Your sides are baked beans and coleslaw and tater salad and macaroni. Did I just say tater salad? You take the boy out of West Virginia, can't take West Virginia out of the boy. Well, anyway, potato salad. Nah, I am who he is. He is who I am. Tater salad. Macaroni salad, potato chips, hash brown casserole, mac and cheese are the meal sides. Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue is the motto. Michaela just came back for already making a catering delivery. They cater out the wazoo this time of year. You can too by going to 349-6437 to call them and say, how can you help with my event? Mother's Day's coming up. Graduation's coming up. Field days are coming up. VBS is coming up. 'Tis the season. And they're ready to help you. They'll bring it to you. We'll let Michaela or Brian come on and talk about it here in a few minutes. But that's where we are, broadcasting live. Jeff Beverly joins us bottom of the hour. Tennessee football. Leading tackler of the team leaves the Tennessee football team. Why, would you ask? I don't know. Elijah Herring, the leading tackler linebacker for the Vols, gone. Enters the transfer portal. Why would the leading tackler on a football team leave? Well, you're the number one tackler on a Southeastern Conference football team, the likes of Tennessee, Neyland Stadium, Tennessee aura, the whole kit and caboodle. Anyway, he leaves. We'll let Jeff explain why. Lady Vols, baseball, basketball, football, orange-white game, how'd it go? Who looked good, who didn't look good? Heupel says the wide receivers were all talent. A lot of work to do, but there's a lot of talent in the cupboard in the wideout position. So, anyway, he'll join us. Then a little bit later on, we'll be joined by Hank Brown from We Run Events. A lot of running events going on and walking events going on in the Tri-Cities now. 'Tis the season, leading up to the Crazy Eights race on Fun Fest in July. So, anyway, all that, but let's get it cranked up as we always do. Here's the national anthem. Here's Gabe Short to do it for you. And we'll jump in and take a look at Major League Baseball last night. Who did what? The Braves thumped them again. We'll tell you all about that. Braves are starting to get their mojo. Even with a disjointed pitching staff, they're still getting it done. Here's Gabe Short in the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And
oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet brave.
Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show, hello to Pete and Crystal Slagle. Hello to Leanne Combs. Is she not the nicest lady in the world? She is. Hello, Mrs. Combs. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. We got baseball tonight. Can't wait. I'm jacked up, ready to go. Cyclones and Tennessee High at the stadium. Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock first pitch. Ready to go. Now, this is what you harken back to Friday night. That stopped the game because of the rain and the cold. Well, ain't going to be that the way today. That's bad English. That's twice I've said bad English. I said tater salad instead of potato salad. Old country boy. And then, of course, what I just said. So, anyway, English. Mrs. Collins, my English teacher, probably roll over in her grave. So, well, Mrs. Collins, you are awesome. I'm just telling you. She wants the Tom Douglas Sports Show T-shirt. And I think I've already got some made up. If not, I got to double check my inventory tonight. Carrie Taylor says we're going to open up a store. I said, we are? She said, we are. These people want mugs. They want T-shirts. They want ball caps. And when we sell them, which they're going to be for sale, we'll give a portion of it to charity. Probably, starting out the first charity, we're going to rotate them. Once we get it all said and done, probably our first charity will be Isaiah 117 House. Love that concept. In fact, here it is. There's the old wristband, Isaiah 117 House. So, anyway, Michaela just came back from Eastman. She took 40 dream packs, brisket dream packs, and they added 10 pounds of pork and 6 pounds of chicken on top of the order. I'm telling you, this place pulled up. They're closed on Mondays. They're lined out the door to get in here. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. So, good place to come eat. Where is it? Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Phil'sDreamPit.com. Here's the menu. Phil's Dream Pit. Oh, these awards behind me. They won so many chili cook-offs and rib cook-offs and all these competitions that they just stopped doing it. They said, we're tired of winning. Got a whole wall full of plaques. And they're not being cocky. It's like, okay, we've been here 15 years and we've thumped everybody. We're going to just stay here. Hello, Coach Shipley. How you doing, sir? Leanne says a great idea. Well, that's what she wants to do. Is okay. So, I don't think I'm in great shape. Will have something with my name on it, but she does. So there you go. I think I'm just an old country boy. By the way, I normally do a verse of the day. I was thinking driving over here, who has had the most influence on my life? And without question, it's the late Charles Stanley. No question. I've got his books, I've got his DVDs, I've got his CDs. I mean, I can't begin to tell you what kind of influence he's had. But anyway, so instead of doing a verse today, one of his sermons I was listening to the other day, this struck me, and I thought I'm going to pass this on as not a verse today, but kind of the inspiration today. It says, Lord, give me such a yearning, a hunger, a thirsting desire to obey you, that I absolutely cannot disobey you under any condition and have a moment's rest. Your conscience is going to get to you. He went on to say, God, prick my heart and prick my conscience that I can only be happy pleasing you. I'm going to tell you real quick. I always do what she says, okay. I'll think the world of Carrie Taylor. She's a jewel. Her and Jason are fine folks. And that boys ain't bad either. He's my camera guy. Anyway, I'm thinking if everybody did that, what a difference this world would be. A hunger, a yearning, a desire to obey you that I absolutely cannot disobey you under any condition and have a moment's rest. God, prick my heart, prick my conscience that I can only be happy pleasing you. I passed it on to the folks who pass it on to every day. We send out about, it's up to about 350, 340, somewhere through there. I stopped counting, but every day we send out a Bible verse to folks. And so anyway, thought that was a pretty cool thing. All right, we're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. I don't know why Elijah Herring left the football team. I don't get that. So, when you're in an also-ran team and you're not a very good team, I can see that. I mean, I get that. If you're, a Vanderbilt, a Missouri, although Missouri's had some success, but a team that's consistently the bottom of the food chain in any major conference, in this case the Southeastern Conference. I get that. You want to move on to greener pastures. I'm not sure how much greener you can get than Tennessee. I mean, okay, Alabama, Georgia, sure. But for the facilities, the fan base, the rabid fans, the Vol Nation. So Jeff will be here in a minute. He's our Big Orange Update guy. But anyway, the story is Tennessee linebacker Elijah Herring, who led the Vols in tackles last season, has left the team. I'm guessing there's more to it than just what's on the field, but I don't know that. That's being very presumptuous on my part. He says, I want to thank Coach Heupel and the University of Tennessee for the opportunity to play in my home state. So Herring came in last season, back up the middle linebacker, Keenan, Pili? I'm sure I'm not saying it right. Pili. Anyway, linebacker coach Brian Gene Mary left for Michigan in the offseason, which I didn't know. No reason why I would have known. Replaced by coach out of Washington, William Ing. I hope I'm saying that right. I-N-G-E, all these tricky names. He told reporters he was evaluating each player's role. 6'3", 230-pound Tennessee native. 3-star recruit out of Murfreesboro. His brother's a defensive lineman for Tennessee. He'll have 2 years of eligibility remaining wherever he ends up at. I don't get it, but there again, I have learned in my life at this point, there's a lot of things I don't get. But anyway, TCAP's going on to all the schools, I think, in the area. So always a tough thing, always a stressful time for the kids, and just as stressful, of course, for the teachers. So our thoughts go out to all those youngins and all those kids. So let me run down Major League Baseball. Jeff's here. We'll jump in and get on him in just a second. Turn him loose. And my first question will be, why did Elijah Herring leave the team? The leading tackler. I don't get that. What? And I know this sounds cocky, but going to greener pastures, how much greener can it be than Tennessee football? Neyland Stadium, the Vol Walk, the fan base. Why would you leave the team? There's probably more to it than I know. Jeff probably will know. He's our Big Orange Update guy. All right, Texas beats Detroit yesterday. Mike Lorenzo goes back to his former team. Michael Lorenzo did, and beat the Tigers 1-0. Evan Carter 0 for 4 yesterday. 1-0. So threw 5 scoreless innings against Detroit. Bullpen backed him up, beat him 1-0. So good move there, or good day for Texas. Atlanta beat Houston 6-1. Austin Riley 3 hits, including an RBI single and a 4-run ninth. Braves pulled away for a 6-1 victory in Houston over the Astros on Monday night. Ozuna also had an RBI single. So they're getting their mojo going, no question. Ronaldo Lopez tonight for the Bravos against, let's see, I want to say Hunter Brown. I'll double check that in here in a second. So anyway, am I right? Yep, Hunter Brown 0-2. Gave up 9 runs in less than an inning last week against the Royals. Got shelled. He'll be the starter for the Astros. Ronaldo Lopez will go for the Braves tonight. And that start time will be for Atlanta Braves baseball. Will be at 8:10 tonight. So it's a night game. Hello, Sue Buckles. Hello to Taria Harms. Hope I'm saying these names right. Leanne Combs, we said hello to her multiple times. What a nice lady. Amy Whitson, hello, dear. Thank you for watching. Other winners, the Reds got beat. Our other regional team got beat last night by Seattle, 9-3. Boston continues to, they just sinking ship. 6-0 got shut out by Cleveland yesterday. Baltimore, Philadelphia, the Giants, the Angels, Toronto all get wins, as do the Mets, the Royals, the Padres, the Cubs, the Cardinals, and Washington. Now, what's your schedule today? Texas plays in Detroit today. One-day game, the only day game of the Bigs. John Gray for the Rangers, and Casey Mize will go for Detroit. So Evan Carter and the boys will be playing about 2 hours from now. Under the lights tonight, Minnesota, Baltimore, Colorado at Philadelphia, the Giants in Miami, Angels at Tampa Bay, Yankees continue their series in Toronto. Likewise, Pittsburgh and the Mets in New York. Red Sox hosting Cleveland tonight in Fenway. Kansas City at Chicago. Padres in Milwaukee, good matchup there. Lopez and Brown, Braves, Houston, 8-10 tonight in Houston at Minute Maid Park. Cubs will be in Arizona. Then you have the Cardinals at Oakland. Hunter Green for Cincinnati. Logan Gilbert for Seattle in Seattle tonight. And the Dodgers hosting Washington. Hello, Laura Lewis. How you doing, lady? Standings going to the break here. American League New York, a game and a half better than Baltimore. Orioles are hot. They've won 2 in a row and 6 out of 10. Game and a half behind the Yankees. Cleveland in the Central leads Kansas City. The Royals have won 8 out of 10. The Royals weren't supposed to be very good. They may not be in the long haul, but right now they are. Cleveland leads them only a half game, and the Rangers have a half game lead over the Angels in the West, so the Angels nipping at their heels. Rangers, by the way, in Atlanta this weekend. Several folks I know are going from here to watch Evan Carter in Atlanta for the weekend. Braves, speaking of, have won 2 in a row, 7 out of 10. They lead the Phillies by 2 in the East. In the Central, tight race. Milwaukee and Pittsburgh are dead even on the top of the leaderboard. The Cubs a half game back. Cubs the hottest team in the bigs right now. They won 3 in a row and 7 out of 10. And the Dodgers lead the Padres by 1 in the West. Padres are hot. They've won 2 in a row and 6 out of 10. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. It just smells good when you come in here. Pull off the parking lot right beside Averett Trucking, right off the Eastern Star exit. You can smell the smoker you pull in. Whew, good stuff. Killing me. And smoked turkey. You've got hash brown casserole, tater salad. Yeah, I said tater salad. Macaroni salad. You got the rib platter. Hello, Inez Brogan. How you doing, lady? Laura says, good morning, doing well. Thank you. I'm so glad you are. Thank you all. I say this all the time, and I don't take it lightly. Thank you for wherever you are saying hello to me every day on the show. It means the world to me. So I always turn around and say hello right back to you. You're very busy. Excuse me. If you're nice enough to stop and say hello, at least I can do is turn around and say hello back to you. They got the sampler platter. They got the daily specials. They got the dream packs. She just took 40 dream packs to Eastman. Just came back. 40 brisket dream packs. Dream packs feeds 4 on those dream packs. Takeout only. Get them in increments of 4, 6, 8, 10. So you get meat and a couple of sides. We'll let him talk about that coming up here in a moment. We're going to take a break, get him set up and ready to go. He's in the house. Our resident UT guy. He does a wonderful job. We're going to hit him with Tennessee football. How'd the orange-white game go? Why did Elijah Herring leave the team? What's going on with Kim Caldwell and the Lady Vols now? Tennessee baseball and softball. What's going on there? And, of course, men's basketball. We got a lot to cover. And he does it well. Bevo, we've been together how many years? 34 years we've been together. We both started, we were 10. Yeah, me and you both. I wish. Anyway, he joins us next. Let's come in here and see what Michaela's going to talk to you about catering here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And here she is, and Jeff Beverly next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Buddy Michaela Miller from Phil's Dream Pit. Catering. Tell us catering opportunities using Phil's Dream Pit.
Well, where do I start? You call me, you tell me how many people you want. It's $13.99 per person. It'll be a 15% gratuity on top of that with a $200 setup and serve fee. And what that's going to get you is me and a team of 5 or 6, depending on how many I need, will come out. I'll set up my food. I make your sandwiches. We'll serve all your sides. We clean up, get out of your hair, and you never know we were there.
What are the options on the menu?
Pretty much it's open game.
Anything?
Open game.
Yep.
Okay, the hash brown casserole. We don't do the hash brown casserole in bulk or catering at all.
349-6437. Catering opportunities for any event coming up. Give them a call right here at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue, catering any event. Call her, ask for Michaela, and let her step you through how she can help you with catering from Phil's Dream Pit. One of our great sponsors on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and on Cyclone Football. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, look who stopped by, our buddy, our resident Big Orange Update. You hear him all the time on the show, but now he's here in person. We're going to feed him. What do you like to eat when you get here, sir?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. What do you like?
Yeah. If you just start at the top left and come all the way down, you're
meaning.
good.
It's awesome, isn't it?
It is. It's really good.
It is really good food, I'm telling you. And Brian's here, the owner. I'm going to get him on right after we talk to Jeff. Coming up later on, Hank Brown joins us when we run events. All right, we got lots to cover. Let's start with Elijah Herring. You're telling me off air, playing time may be diminished. That's why he's leaving?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you look at Keenan Peely coming back. He got hurt the first series of the first game last year against Virginia, missed the whole year. Arian Carter came on, a true freshman last year, played a lot. He got hurt late in the year. So Herring ended up getting a lot of playing time that he probably wouldn't have gotten without the injury. So he was the leading tackler, but whoever was in that position was probably going to be the leading tackler, the way defenses are set up. So with Peely and Carter coming back, T-Lander having a great spring. He had a great spring game as well. And other linebackers, that have sort of stepped into Spielman, the freshman coming on, looked really good during the spring game. So he's probably going to be third string, or definitely have 3 or 4 guys ahead of him on the depth chart. Of course, linebackers play a lot. They rotate a lot. But still, he probably would not have been a starter, even though he was the leading tackler coming back. He probably would not have been a starter in all likelihood. So I think just a matter of playing time. And, you can't blame a guy for going out and trying to find some playing time in this day and time. And so, the real question is going to be whether his brother leaves. Caleb Herring, the freshman this year, really more highly thought of than his brother. So if he can get the playing time on the line that everybody's anticipating him getting, he'll probably stay at least 1 year anyway. But yeah, you never want to see a person leave, I guess. But it's just in this day and time, players leave.
It is what it is.
The portal open.
Oh yeah.
And if you follow on the X or Twitter or whatever it's called these days, it's just constantly every few minutes, so and so's hitting the portal, so and so's hitting the portal. Just a constant feed of players hitting the portal right now. This as the opening started today for transfers for 15 days. So it's going to be a busy 15 days. But this is after everybody's spring game. So everybody's now, they sort of see where they're at on the depth chart and sort of see, I'm sure with their coaches had a feel for what their playing time's going to be. So now's the time that people are hitting the portal.
We're talking to Jeff Beverly. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. Hello to Linda Birchfield. Hello to Debbie Whitson. Hello to Katie Whitten. Hello to Inez Brogan. Hello to Laura Lewis. We said hello to you. Thank you, ladies and guys, for watching the show. So the Orange-White game last Saturday, what was your takeaway from it? Were you there, by the way?
I was there.
What'd you think?
It was a beautiful day. It was hot, sitting in the sun. And very limited crowd because of all the construction that's going on at Neyland. They only had 10,000 people there. So it was very compact. And they squeezed those 10 into just the lower section there and then the north end zone. So, and then some down the sideline. Overall, I think they look pretty quick. Some of these newcomers, like we mentioned, Arian Carter, Boo Carter is an incoming freshman, going to play like a star or safety, defensive secondary somewhere. Looked really good all over the field. You can tell he's got a lot of quickness and aggressiveness. Sort of, not that I'm comparing him, but sort of reminded me of Barrett Berry a little bit, just the way he attacked the ball. So I think he's going to be a real player for us. A couple of the transfers in the secondary looked pretty good. Mike Matthews, the wide receiver, looked really good. He had a long pass reception, sort of had to go off balance to catch the ball, then made a turn and sprinted up the sideline for a touchdown. Nico didn't play a whole lot. He played a few series. I think he was like 6 of 8 or something like that. So I didn't expect him to play a lot. Of course, they had if they got anywhere near the quarterbacks, they were whistled down. So a lot of Nico's game is going to be scrambling and running the football, which he wasn't allowed to do, obviously, in the spring game. And Gaston Moore is the 5th-year quarterback that came from UCF with Coach Heupel. He's been a career backup, but obviously knows the system very well. And Gaston Moore actually looked pretty good during the spring game. So if something should happen to Nico, he have to go down for a series or have his helmet rip off or something like that. He'd have to sit out for just a little bit. Gaston Moore will be okay. Now he don't have the talent obviously that Nico has, but overall I think they look pretty good. I think they had a good spring. Very few injuries. The big injury is Cam Selden, the running back, had to have the shoulder surgery. He's probably going to be out most of the summer, maybe even the early part of the fall. First thought was he'll be back by the first game. and what we're hearing now, he may not be back by the first game. So that's definitely a loss. He's number 2 running back behind Dylan Sampson for sure. So now you think maybe they might go out and look for a running back in the portal. That's a possibility. Dallin Hayden, who was Aaron Hayden's son. Aaron, of course, played with Tennessee in the early 90s. Dallin is at Ohio State. He just entered the portal today. Don't know if there's much smoke there between him and Tennessee. Tennessee recruited him, obviously, out of high school, but he didn't have much interest in coming in his dad's footsteps, so don't know that he would now. He's not started at Ohio State. He's got, I think, 600 and some yards in 2 years at Ohio State. But a solid back, but I'm sure he's looking for an opportunity to start and have some playing time as well. So we'll see. But that's really been, I guess, the only significant injury. A lot of people were held out. Cooper Mays didn't dress out. John Campbell didn't. A lot of, they're not going to risk these sure starters taking a chance of getting injured. I remember back you remember Peerless Price played at Tennessee, back. I remember he had a ruptured Achilles in the spring game where a guy tackled him in the end zone on a long pass play and tackled him. And so, of course, he missed the rest, obviously, of summer. He was back that fall, but you can get a person injured if you're not careful. So I'm sure they were very cautious. They let the clock run continuously, so it was done pretty quick. Had a big crowd there in terms of recruits. A lot of recruits and families were there. So, and then a lot of people outside the stadium too. It was a very nice environment. They had a concert set up outside and food trucks and all this kind of business. It was a very festive atmosphere for the spring game. But a lot of people are excited, and just a good wrap up to the spring.
We're talking to Jeff Beverly, talking the Big Orange Update. See on the screen, he does this and does it well. So Orange-White games behind us, and now they get into their quote-unquote summer workout program. Fall practice is really not that far away. You get right down to it. Hello, Carl Wilson. How you doing, buddy? We've got a scholarship signing today. 3:15 in the Commons at Elizabethton High School. Luke Whaley signing to play football at Maryville College. And so Coach Fox and the Fighting Scots who come up and get another Cyclone. It's 3 or 4 now down there at Elizabethton at Maryville. And so we'll stream the signing at 3:15, then head down to the stadium. Big baseball game tonight. Cyclones and Tennessee High in the conference. Airtime at 6:30. First pitch at 7 o'clock from Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. Video and audio, so we're looking forward to bringing that to you coming up tonight. Cyclone baseball from the stadium with Tennessee High. Should be a perfect night for baseball. The humidity's not kicked in yet. It's in the it's going to be mid to upper 70s. A little bit of a light breeze, so good night to come out and watch it. If you can't, you can watch it right here, video and audio, here on the Tom Douglas Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Now we're on TikTok. There you go. We're TikTok. Hello, Becky Muncie in Union County, Tennessee. How you doing, lady? So you switch gears from football. Orange and white games on a wrap for the spring football practice season. Lady Vols, Kim Caldwell, the new Lady Vol coach. What are you hearing now? Is she on the road, pounding the pavement?
Oh, I'm sure she is. It's been sort of quiet. They've not officially announced her staff other than the one she brought from Marshall with her. But the rumor is that one of the coaches from Alabama and one of the coaches from Mississippi State are going to be her assistant coaches. That will complete her staff if that turns out to be accurate. So we'll see. No official announcement yet from that, but that's probably going to be forthcoming in the next day or two, I would imagine. But, yeah, this transfer portal open for the basketball players also. And so I've seen lots of players, both men and women's, around the country hitting the portal. And so I'm sure there's going to be plenty of opportunities for Coach Caldwell to get out there and put the Lady Vol name out there. It's a new era. I mean, it's the first time a non-Lady Vol has led the program, obviously. And so, she brings a pressing style of defense, a fast-paced offense. They press 94 feet the whole game. Mm-hmm. So shoot a lot of three. They led the country in three-point attempts this past year. Took Marshall to the first NCAA tournament since '97, I think. So it's a very exciting type of basketball. I'm not sure how much the current roster fits that. We'll see. But it wouldn't surprise me to see some roster movement out of the Lady Vols for sure.
They averaged 32 threes a game, which is number one in the country. They made 11 threes a game on the average, and that was third best in the country. They averaged over 86 points a game. That's fourth best in the country. I'm a big fan. She's a West Virginia girl, so you know where I stand with that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. She's a West Virginia girl. She graduated and played basketball in West Virginia. She's been a head coach 8 years. All 8 years she's taken a team to the NCAA tournament. She's won a national championship in Division II. It's like, well, it's D2. Well, when you hoist that trophy, you don't care. I don't think you care what division it is. A national championship is a national championship. So I'm, of course, I'm fired up. She came down from Marshall, so I'm fired up about this lady. And so I've never met her, but I think the Vol Nation needs to give her a chance. So
I think they will.
2-17-31 ain't a bad coaching record.
That's an excellent coaching record, and it's, you know, there's still that contingent. I understand it. You know, it's one to Lady Vol there and all those kind of things, and you know, Kelly had done an okay job, but you know, really had not just pushed the envelope any at all. I mean, they were sort of just stuck at that mediocre level, and just really hasn't done much at all as we've seen. And so, you know, she was a great player at Tennessee and a fan favorite. And a good family. I know she's very involved in the community, very involved in her church and all those kinds of things. A really solid person, but it's a business about wins and losses.
It's a results-oriented business.
It's results-oriented, for
Real
sure.
simple.
So I hate it for her, but I did hear that she is in the running for the Marquette job, perhaps. So maybe she'll land on her feet and get an opportunity somewhere else, which I hope she does. But anyway, it's time to turn the page and just give Coach Caldwell support and see what she does.
Absolutely. Hello, Betty Williams. Hello to Mike Cole. Thank you all for watching. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Their motto is the quest for perfect barbecue. And there it is. I'm telling you, you will not go wrong. Every time we bring somebody over here, they get hooked. Or we gave some folks at Easter the hickory smoked hams. At Christmas, we gave them the hickory smoked hams and turkeys as Christmas gifts. Everybody went bananas over the hickory smoked ham and hickory smoked turkey. Whew, lousy mercy. All right, so the men's team finished up where they finished. UConn wins it all. Was it, in your humble opinion, being a Tennessee Vol fan for how many years?
Well,
Since
close to 60, I guess.
Yeah. So he comes with authorities. I can ask him this question, and I hang my hat on what he says. That's why I have him on all the time. Was this considered a successful year for Tennessee basketball or not?
I think so. I think had and it's all about matchups. When you get to the NCAA, it's all about matchups. You know, everybody says that, and it's true. Had Tennessee not been matched up against Purdue, I think they would have gone to the Final Four and made a championship game. If you look at the other teams, they were not going to beat. I don't think nobody's going to beat UConn this year. They were just strong, top to bottom. Nobody was going to beat UConn. But had it been arranged a little differently, they probably could have got to that championship game against them. Very frustrating to lose to Purdue, especially when most people feel like Zach Edey got really the benefit of the whistle tremendously. It's not so much in fouls per se, but in 3-second lane. He would camp out in the lane. I mean, I'm sure all people saw these memes, these pictures of a tent in the lane, you know, and that was the kind of thing.
Winnebago.
He would camp in the lane. It was never called. I sat there one night, the game before Tennessee played them. I was just watching, just sort of see what they were like, you know. And I sat there 2 straight possessions. He was in the lane at least 7 seconds, just there counting 1, 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I quit after that. I said, well, they're not, one time was 7 seconds, one time was 9 seconds. Now, 3 or 4, okay, 4 or 5, yeah, you know, but it gets to be 7, 8, 9 seconds, and you don't call it. Yeah. I'm sorry. They're ignoring it, or they're either unintentionally or intentionally ignoring it. I won't say, but very frustrating from that standpoint. Overall, a great season. I mean, Dalton Knecht came in and just lit it up. Was an outstanding player. Ended up second, I guess, to Edey in all the Player of the Year awards. Player of the Year in the SEC. Just a fantastic find. You think here's a guy that was 5'4", a freshman in high school, not recruited by anybody. Essentially, it ends up on the biggest stage in college basketball. So, great year for Coach Barnes. Elite 8 was probably minimum to get to, and they got there. Ended up 5th in all the polls at the end of the season, which is the highest end of the season ranking they've ever had. So, yeah, you have to rank it a success for sure.
So, in your humble opinion, does Zach Edey play in the NBA? Can he play and be successful? And can Knecht play in the NBA?
Knecht can play in the NBA for sure. He's got a great shot. He's more fluid, and it's really deceptively quick, and got a quick release on his shot, a high release point on his shot. So yeah, Knecht can play for sure. I'm not sure about Edey. He's big, 7'4", 320, whatever his weight is, but he's not that quick. He does pass the ball pretty good, but he's going up against a lot of people that are foot in the NBA who are a
Well
lot
pounded.
quicker and a lot more skilled than he is.
I would agree.
He never takes an outside shot. I don't think I've seen him take a shot more than 4 or 5 feet. And you can't, these big guys flare out and hit the 3-pointers and hit the long jumpers. I don't see him doing that. Now, he might surprise us, but I really don't see him being a long-term NBA player, to be honest. And I don't think they'll let him camp out in the lane in the NBA. It's a much wider lane. You got more of it to camp out in the NBA, but I don't see them letting him do that. And there's a lot of big guys in the NBA who will push him around and won't let him get by with everything.
NBA starts tonight. The playoffs, talk about that a little bit later in the show. Also going to look at some high school sports a little bit later on. Also, Caitlin Clark went last night to the Indiana Fever. This lady's going to revolutionize the game, I'm telling you. She's going to be the Larry. I said this yesterday. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese almost mimic to a point, not totally, but to a point, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Because she is going to revolutionize. She already has. Indiana Fever. Season tickets are out to Wazoo now for the Indiana Fever. And when they go on the road games, Indiana Fever, when they go to these particular arenas, ticket sales are through the roof. So she's going to revolutionize the game as far as an awareness, as far as fan popularity. All these little girls now, I think it's great. All these little girls go, I want to be like Caitlin Clark. I grew up wanting to be like Jerry West up in West Virginia. But these little girls want to grow up and be like Caitlin Clark, but I think it's great. Or Angel Reese, or I saw where Jackson went number 4 pick.
Number 4, yeah.
Yep,
Number 4
from the
pick to
Lady
Los
Vols.
Angeles, yeah.
So I think Caitlin Clark's going to do big things for the sport of women's basketball. So transfer portal, some of the guys left the men's team. You surprised?
I think surprised with Adu leaving. I think that was a surprise. I don't think they anticipate him leaving. Tobey Awaka, they sort of thought he might, but now there's talk that they might be getting him back. He might come back out of the portal now that Adu's leaving. So
Stop right there. We'll go back to it's Tennessee, Food City Center. Place goes nuts. Competitive schedule. Summertime, they normally go overseas and travel. And I'm thinking, I'm going to go to a greener grass. How much? And I know Tennessee fans or other people go, are you kidding me? There's a lot better basketball schools, but in my mind, to leave to go to greener pastures, how much greener can it be than Tennessee in the Southeastern Conference?
Well, I guess Tennessee's not considered necessarily a blue blood in basketball as like Kansas and Kentucky or North Carolina, Duke, those kinds. But success-wise, record-wise, since Coach Barnes been there, they're in the top 5.
There you go.
The winningest program in the SEC in the last 5 years.
Yep.
So they're almost a blue blood from that standpoint. Now, I think it boils down to what can you do for me NIL-wise. And I think, Adu was courted last year by Duke, I think was one that looked at him, because he's from Durham. And so, and he was tempted to leave last year. He didn't. He stayed. Had some really good games this year. Had some games where he just didn't really show up that much. And I think that especially like against Purdue, against Edey, the big, strong, physical centers, he had a rougher time with. So, but it'll be interesting to see where he ends up. And I think you've got a budget, for NIL and for a basketball team, football team. So you've got to balance your. It's like a salary cap in baseball. You got to balance where your funds go. So I think Adu actually, his agent or his handler or whatever they call them these. I don't think they call them agents, but the representative. He got a new representative last week, and I think this new representative saying, you need to get more money from UT, or somebody else can offer you more money. So we'll see. But now, in a sort of a reversal, Awaka may be coming back, is a rumor. So he may be coming back out of the portal since Adu left. Because Awaka would probably be a starter next year for sure. We'll see how it plays out. They did get a commitment yesterday from a guy from Hofstra, Darling Stone Dubar.
He can play.
He can play. He's like 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", somewhere in that range. Great shooter, great three-point shooter. Big body kind of guy. A very good pickup. There's a couple of centers that are out there that Tennessee's looking at, and then Jake Tyson, the guy from Belmont, great shooter. I think maybe he led the country in three-point percentage this past year. It's between Tennessee and North Carolina for him. He visited Tennessee this past weekend. And so he's going to North Carolina this week. So we'll see where that shakes out. Tennessee feels pretty good about it, although he grew up a Carolina fan. Always wanted to go to North Carolina. Wasn't recruited by them out of high school necessarily. But now he's had a great a couple years at Belmont. He's considered the top 3-point shooter in the portal right now. So if Tennessee could add him and DeBar with what they've got coming back, and then they'll pick up 1 or 2 more probably in the portal, I expect them to be really, really strong again next year.
We'll talk Tennessee baseball and softball here in just a second. I want to get his take. Hello, Paula Manning. How you doing? Hello to Kerry Taylor. Hello, Gene Fleener. Hello to Marilyn Bowers. Thank you all for watching. So I want to close it out by talking baseball and softball here in a second. Were you surprised Calipari went to Arkansas?
I was.
Were you surprised nobody Pope's like their 3rd or 4th pick to be the head coach? Were you surprised?
Yeah, you know that they went after Hurley and supposedly Scott Drew, offered them big contracts. So you never know how these things play out. You know, Kentucky's got a lot of pressure to win there. So they're excited about Pope now. Now, Friday night, they were not. If you went online and read some of what was going on Friday night, they were having a meltdown for sure. But now, Sunday, they packed out Rupp Arena for his press conference, you know. So they're a basketball-crazy state for sure. But we'll see how it plays out for them. You know, he had some success at BYU, but not a lot of success. He never won an NCAA game. But he is a Kentucky native and a Kentucky former Wildcat. Played on Pitino's national title team in 96, 97, whatever that
Captain
was.
of the team, yep.
So brings a lot of that heritage back to Kentucky. So they're fired up, you know, so we'll see how it goes. But he's got to recruit. Essentially, he's starting from scratch. I mean, I don't think they have anybody left on their roster now with Portal and people leaving for NBA and so forth. A lot of people thought Shepard might stay because his dad, Jeff Shepard, was Pope's roommate back in college. So they thought Shepard might stay, but now it looks like he's going to go on the NBA because he's supposedly a top 5, top 6 draft pick with the way he can shoot the ball. So we'll see. You know, and Calipari ran the same thing to Arkansas. Essentially started from scratch now with the roster turnover. And
I think they had one guy left.
Yeah.
That's what I read.
So, you know, it's interesting for him to go out there, and I think he's obviously had run its course at Kentucky. You know, they had not gotten past the round of 32 in a number of years now. Kentucky expects to win. They expect to go to the Final Four. And he had not been able to do that. You know, he was really with the one-and-dones, you know, and had made a living off that, which is fine for a lot of regular season wins, but that does not necessarily plays well in the tournament. You know, you got to have experience, got to have a lot of the 4th and 5th year guys. And so I think a lot of people in Kentucky seem like they got a little tired of him in the past year or two. And it's sort of like when Spurrier left Florida. You know, there are a lot of people in Florida sort of tired of Spurrier, you know, at that point. And so he just sort of chunked it and went on. I think Calipari sort of did the same thing. Saved him a lot of money by leaving, obviously.
He just left. The buyout was...
So, and we'll see what Arkansas does. If you think about it, this, you know, look how the dominoes fell. You know, Musselman went out to USC because Insel had gone to SMU because they had fired Lanier, who went to Rice. So, you know, it's all these dominoes start falling.
Coaching
and you never know what's going to end up playing out. But, hey, I'm surprised he went to Arkansas. Surprised he left Kentucky in a lot of ways because that's just sort of the mecca of college basketball in the SEC for sure for the last few decades. But, you know, and on one hand, it was sort of time, I think, for him to move on and for Kentucky to start, as the Lady Vols did, you know, turn a new page.
We'll take a quick break, come right back. We'll wrap it up, take a look at Tennessee baseball and Lady Vols softball. It's our Big Orange update. We'll be right back after this. We got to tell you all about where we are at Phil's Dream Pit. We'll let Brian do that right here about the Dream Packs. We'll come back and wrap it up with Tennessee baseball and softball on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, scholarship signing 315, Luke Whaley today going to Maryville College. And then Cyclone baseball tonight against Tennessee High, 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock first pitch. Video, audio from Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark.
Really easy way to feed a family or a bunch of people. And we start them off at 4. Dream Pack for 4 runs $32.99, gives you a pound of meat. You can do pulled pork or pulled chicken, either one at that price. 3 sides, it's a pint each, so it's a 4-ounce serving of meat, 4-ounce serving of 3 different sides. Gives you a really good meal that'll fill you up. It's not something that you eat and you're hungry later, an hour later. I'm going to include your buns, your barbecue sauce. Instead of picking up a pizza, come by here, pick up a Dream Pack. Your family will thank you. And if you need it for more people, the breakdown on it's $8.25 a person. 12 people, for instance, is $99. You'll see that advertised now from us in a lot of different places. Feed 12 people for $99. That gives you 2 pounds of meat, a quart and a half of each side. Still gives you the bun, still the barbecue sauce. Really, really popular. I had a group at Eastman just order a 16 for Wednesday. So you call us ahead. We can do as many people as you want. We do 100 people, 200 people. We'll put those in pans for you, or as few as 4. So an even number, however many you want. $8.25 a person. You can't beat it.
Cannot beat it, folks. Again, here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. The phone number is 349-6437. Hours are open.
11 to 7, Tuesday through Saturday. We take Sunday and Monday off, but we're here the rest of the week.
Social media.
Social media on Facebook. Maybe Instagram later if one of my kids shows me how to use it, but right now it's on Facebook. That's where people watch you, so we'll figure they've got it here.
And the website is?
Website is philsdreampit.com.
You got it.
I see a familiar face here. Looks like he's ready to talk to you.
He is.
Gonna talk
That's
some
our buddy Jeff.
Gonna talk some NASCAR, I'm betting.
That's our buddy Brian Pipkin, the owner of Phil's Dream Pit, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again, we are here live at Phil's Dream Pit. Hello to Taz Irwin. How you doing, sir? Appreciate you very, very much. He's one who makes those mugs for me and does a great job. Tom Taylor Sports Show mugs. I can get you a mug. I got them out in the car.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, all right, Tennessee baseball and softball. Let's start with Lady Ball softball. What's going on there right now?
They've had a strong season. Obviously, they're ranked in top 5. Both them and the baseball team ranked in top 5. Just had a series down at Mississippi State that they won. They lost the first game, then they came back and won on Saturday and Sunday. So they're having a strong season. Karen Ripley's put together, a really good team again. A lot of the players from last year that end up, losing the semifinals to Florida State, in Oklahoma City, but they made the College World Series last year, and they're a good bet to make it again this year.
Tennessee baseball, what's going on there?
Vols are doing really well. We talk about the transfer portal. They've had a couple of just big additions this year. Billy Amick being the biggest one, I guess, coming over from Clemson. Second in the team in home runs, was leading the team in home runs. Then he had to have an emergency appendectomy a couple of weeks ago. Missed 2 weeks. But he came back against LSU this past weekend, and the first pitch he saw back, he had a home run. So he was anxious to be back. But they swept LSU this past weekend, and did it a little bit different way. They've either leading the nation or second in home runs. It bounces back and forth to them in Georgia. But they went to Auburn previous weekend, hit 14 home runs at Auburn. So this past weekend against LSU, a lot of people thought it might be that kind of series. Again, it wasn't. It was sort of a low-scoring series compared to, I think they only hit 4 home runs the whole weekend. But they swept LSU 6-3 on Friday night, 3-1 Saturday night, and then 8-4 on Sunday. Luke Holman, the LSU's top ace, he had a no-hitter going through 6 against them on Saturday night. They finally, Tennessee got him for a couple of runs, and they took him out, and then leading 1-0 when they took him out. And then Tennessee scored 2 immediately with the first pitcher that came in, and went on and won 3-1. Then Sunday, Christian Moore hit 2 home runs and broke open a close game late. They won 8-4. So tough deal for LSU after being the defending national champions. They're out 3-12 in the conference, and so really struggling. But Tennessee's doing well. They're 10-5 in the league, and just lost 1 series so far. They go to Kentucky this weekend, and Kentucky's a surprise team of the conference. They're 14-1 in the conference, and so really surprising. They play a lot of small ball, low-scoring games. Win a lot of close games. It's at Kentucky, so it'll be a good series. Hopefully, Tennessee go up there and maybe get 2 out of 3 up there. Hopefully, but top 4 teams in the country, all from SEC. A&M, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Tennessee, and then they've got 4 more in the top 25. So it's just
solid.
It's solid, and every weekend, it's a challenge. Every weekend, a challenge. But Tennessee starting pitch on Friday to start the season, A.J. Russell. He's been out with an injury. He came back for 1 game, sort of re-aggravated his injury, so he's not been back yet. They hope to get him back by mid-May, so we'll see. A.J. Causey, another transfer, had come in and done really well, but the past 2 weekends had struggles with Georgia and Auburn, and then he didn't start Friday night, and they had another guy start, Chris Stamos, another transfer. But then Causey came in like in the third inning and then pitched great the rest of the game. So he's good to see him get back on track. Drew Beams, the Saturday starter, he's been solid now for 3 years, just outstanding. And then Sunday starter, with Burns transferring to Wake Forest this year, they needed a third starter. Well, Xander Sechrist is a senior. He's been around for a while. He's been starting the midweek games for a couple of years. He's been starting the Sunday games for the past few weeks, and he's really done well. So pitching staff, is I guess if there's a weak part of the team, it is the pitching staff. But batting lineup is just unreal.
They can hit it, can't they?
Top to bottom, they hit the ball. Chris Burke leads the league in doubles, and Tennessee's second. Well, them and Georgia, like I said, been going back and forth on the home run lead for the league and for the nation. So they're on pace to break their home run record from a couple of years ago with that team with Evan Russell and all those guys. So Drew Gilbert and all that bunch. They're on pace to break that team's record. So we'll see. But they've had a great year so far. I expect them to have a solid year. Big weekend series against Kentucky this coming weekend.
Hello to Steve Franklin. Hello to Tom Marr. Thank you for being with us. Hello to Sandra Crow and Joe and Mary Shell. Thank you all for watching the show. We're going to wrap it up right here. We're going to move on. Again, we appreciate him so much coming over here and talking, giving you a Big Orange update. The Mountain Region Bass Fest coming up this week from Saturday. It's going to be happening, the Mountain Region Bass Fest, $2,500 guaranteed, first place. It'll benefit the Mountain Region Speech and Hearing Center, which is an awesome facility, all about it. And so it'll be coming up at South Holston Lake in Bristol. And so give us the particulars on this.
Well, excited. This will be our fourth year of the tournament as a fundraiser for Speech and Hearing Center primarily. The Sertoma Club is the primary sponsor, and then most of our support goes to the Speech and Hearing Center every year. It's going to be at Observation Knob Park up at South Holston Lake. We had it at Douglas Lake the first 3 years, but moved it up here and hitting the time frame where that's really good for bass fishing right now. This is a prime time, and we're fortunate in terms of timing. There's no other tournaments on South Holston that day, so that's good. So we've got the only tournament on South Holston that day. This year we're fortunate to be partnering with the Tennessee Bass Nation, and it's going to serve as a qualifying event for their state tournament, which is in the fall. So hopefully it can attract a lot of the people in that organization as well. But always looking for people to participate in the tournament and looking for sponsors. Anybody that wants to help sponsor the event, we're always in search of sponsors. You can call the Speech and Hearing Center in Kingsport, 246-4600, or go online at Mountain Region Speech and Hearing Center. You can search them and find their website to go on and donate or register for the event. We're expecting a big turnout on the 27th. That lake gathers a lot of guys to fish, and it should be an exciting event. We're hoping good weather. We've had to deal with rain and snow and all kinds of weather the first 3 years, so we're hoping we're going to hit it really good this year with the weather, and hopefully it'll be a nice weekend and get a lot of participation. Like I say, all the benefits go to the Speech and Hearing Center.
Good stuff. Appreciate you coming by. Of course, he's a member of the Sertoma Club, so that's why they're putting this on, and so appreciate that very much. Get you some food,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. I'll do it.
Back soon, I hope. Talk some more.
Sure, absolutely. Anytime.
Yep. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll jump in and take a look at some high school sports next year. We're live at Phil's Dream Pit. Tomorrow, parking the show. Tomorrow we're speaking at Rotary tomorrow. I think it's Rotary. It is Rotary, Elizabethton Rotary Club. They're desperate for speakers. They want me to come speak tomorrow, so we're going to do that. Thursday we'll be at Duck Crossing downtown in Elizabethton, and Friday we'll be at Port Travis Deli. So we'll be right back after this. We'll take a look at high school sports next on the Tom Taylor Sports. One of our great sponsors, Kristen Cannon from Cannon Furniture here in downtown Elizabethton. Why Cannon Furniture? A lot of stores out there, furniture stores. Why Cannon Furniture?
We are one of the only local, family-owned, family-run furniture stores. We carry a large variety of manufacturers. We can be your one-stop shop, furniture, bedding, grilling, accessories. We have it all here and also do special orders. So if you can't find it, we can order it.
The beauty of being a mom and pop store, it's pretty cool because you're local and it starts and stops right here, right?
It does. Like any of their local stores, you can call us, speak to a real person. One of us will be answering the phone, not a robot. Same thing when you come in to shop, you're not just a number to us. One of our kids probably plays sports with your kids, or goes to church with you, or know your neighbor. So it's a good community store. We sponsor a lot of programs in the community, so when you help us, we help you, and we're all a big family.
Very good point. Hours are open?
We are open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 9 to 5.
And where do we find you on social media?
You find us on Facebook at Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings, same thing on Instagram.
And the phone number is?
423-543-6937.
One of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show, Kristen Cannon and the kids here at Cannon's Furniture in downtown Elizabethton. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, hello to Lee Berger. How you doing, sir? Thank you for being with us. Let's take a look at high school baseball and softball and soccer on this Tuesday. Hello, Ben Martinez. How you doing? Baseball from yesterday, Crockett beat Sullivan East 7-3. Tennessee High knocking off the Cyclones. Beat them in extra innings. I want to say it's 9-8. It wasn't there. I'm pretty sure that was the score. We'll have the rematch tonight coming up at 6:30 airtime. 7 o'clock first pitch from Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. Can't wait. University High beat North Green 19-0. Cedarview Christian over Cloudland in baseball 8-7. Victory Christian beat Tri-Cities Christian 21-8. It was Providence Academy defeating Lakewood Christian 4-3. Chucky Doak beating Johnson County 10-8. West Green shutting out Hampton in baseball 6-0. Daniel Boone beat Science Hill 8-2, and Dobbins Minute turns back Westridge 9-4. Greenville football score beat Cherokee 14-0. And Volunteer over Claiborne in baseball 11-2. Now who's playing where today? East will be at Crockett today. South Green at Happy Valley. University High plays at North Green. This is baseball. Lakeway Christian and Providence Academy. Johnson County, the Longhorns be playing at Chucky Doak today. Daniel Boone at Dobbins Minute. Westridge at Science Hill. Hampton will play at West Green. Volunteer at Granger. And, of course, this is in our game. Tennessee High will be coming to Elizabeth in the Battle of the Cyclones in the home and away. Yesterday they won in Bristol, and so today same two teams will go at it beginning at 6:30, as we said in the broadcast, again from Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. All right, in softball from yesterday, it was Dobbins Minute splitting a doubleheader with Westridge. DB got the opener 10-4. Westridge won the second game 2-1. Daniel Boone shuts out Crockett 1-0. Unicoi County 21-0 win over Hampton in softball. South Green takes 2 from University High, 19-2 and 15-1. Sullivan East defeats Happy Valley in softball 14-3. Union County beat Granger 2-1, and Volunteer a 14-run win over Cherokee 19-5. Today in softball, DB plays at Science Hill, Westridge at Daniel Boone, Unaka at Cloudland. Lady Cyclones hosting Crockett, big matchup there. Unaka at Cloudland, Hampton at West Green playing a doubleheader. South Green at Happy Valley. Tri-Cities Christian softball at Johnson County. As we said, Crockett at Elizabethton. Sullivan East at Tennessee High. Claiborne at Volunteer. Greenville softball at Cherokee. And Lakeway Christian will play at Granger. In soccer today, busy day in soccer. Elizabethton hosting Tennessee High. It's going to be a busy day in Betsy. Tennessee High baseball, Tennessee High soccer, and Crockett softball. It's going to be a busy day. Concord Christian and Providence Academy. What'd you get, by the way? Pulled pork? Pulled pork, macaroni salad, no, slaw, hash brown casserole. These two ladies over here got pulled pork. One lady said, I'm so hungry, maybe possum. I don't even... She said it may be possum. She said, I don't even care. I'm just so hungry. I'm going to eat it. So, hello, Roy Huskins. How you doing? So, we got ladies here. Got these two gentlemen here in front of us. This place is rocking. Always does. Other soccer matchups tonight. As we said, University High at Cosby. Volunteer at Granger. Sullivan East will be at Elizabethton. Nope, I'm reading the wrong one. I'm sorry. That's Thursday. Let's go back up here to Tuesday. Getting ahead of myself. Concord Christian and Providence today. Sullivan East at DB, Westridge Soccer at Daniel Boone, Crockett at Unicoi County, Tennessee High will be at Elizabethton, West Green at University High, Claiborne at Volunteer, Greenville Soccer at Cherokee. You have Union County at Granger in soccer today, Moorestown East at Chucky Doak, and Cosby at Cumberland Gap in soccer. Thought this was pretty cool. If you're a redneck, and I am, and I like it because it's coming in October, and I'm pretty well tell I'm going to be there, I think. The world's largest demolition derby coming to Bristol Motor Speedway in October. More than 500 cars going to be there. Hello, Mike Rowe in Kentucky. How you doing, sir? Peggy Jones, Roy Huskins. Thank you all for watching. This is a redneck delight, a 500-car demolition derby. Wow. October the 3rd through the 6th. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know what the format is, but an overall purse of over $400,000. The world's largest, it is the Johnson City Press, the world's largest demolition derby coming in October to BMS. I'll probably be there for that. My girls they go nuts. Just go figure that one. My girls go bananas with the demolition derby. We go to the fair. They don't want to ride rides. They don't want to see the livestock. They want to go straight to the arena where the demolition derby is. Watch them beating and banging down there. Rednecks, I'm telling you. So, anyway, that's what's going on coming up in October. We'll have more to say about that between now and then, of course. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. It's killing me. I don't know if I can wait till 1 o'clock or not because I'm getting hungry. Smelling this great food being cooked. There's Laura over there getting another paper bag sent out for a to-go order. Putting the plates, the silverware, the whole kit and caboodle. Got folks here waiting to pick their food up. The daily special, by the way, you have the brisket special, the pulled chicken special, the pulled beef special, the pork daily special, or the turkey daily special. All that available again here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Your choice of meat, 2 sides. 2 meats are $18.99, 3 meats are $21. Coming with that, this is the sampler platter. You have options of ribs, brisket, pork, pulled chicken, pulled beef, or turkey. So you get a choice of meats with 2 sides. 2 meats are $18.99, and 3 meats, $21.49 plus the sides. It's called the sampler platter right here at Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26, 349-6437 is the number to call. They're closed on Sundays and Mondays. Open Tuesday through Saturday, and they run wide slap open, I can tell you. And with good reason. Food is par excellente. All right, quick break. Right back after this, we'll take a look at some, we got in there on the National Hockey League. We got Caitlin Clark news. We got the NBA playoffs starting tonight. We'll tell you who's playing where. All that right after this break from one of our great sponsors, the good folks from Farm Bureau on the Tom Taylor Sports.
Millions of dollars of furniture in stock right now. Are you tired of hearing what you want is sold out? We have the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the area. We receive truckloads every day of special buys ready for you to pick up today or have delivered. Come get your new furniture at Cannon's Furniture in downtown Elizabethton.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, Jeff just handed me this as he's wolfing down the pulled pork. We talked about the Lady Vols and her staff. Well, she just made it known who she's hired. Kim Caldwell chose Jenna Burdett and Angel Rizor, R-I-Z-O-R, 2 of her assistants from Marshall, and also Roman Tubner and Gabe Lazo. Tubner, an associate head coach and recruiting coordinator at Alabama. So he's leaving Alabama to come be at Tennessee, and Lazo was an associate head coach and defensive coordinator at Mississippi State. So she's dipped into the competition, which I think is interesting. So, outstanding group of high-energy coaches gifted in areas of recruiting, teaching, motivating, mentoring, and player development. I'm so excited to get our basketball team on the court, this group, and can't wait to see what we can collectively do as a staff to help our current players and future Lady Vols become the best they can possibly be. So she dipped into the SEC. Tuber spent 3 seasons with the Crimson Tide, helped Alabama land the number 12 recruiting class in 2023. And that's Tuber, Tuber. Lazo, Lazo, either long A or short A, helped Mississippi State sign the number 16 ranked recruiting class. So they can go out and pound the pavement, the point is. And so Kim Caldwell, thank you, sir. Kim Caldwell making some moves. Hello, Faye Bear, Dorothy Ann, Jeff Geese, hope I'm saying it right. Jim Forgy, I know him. Thank you all for watching the show. That's pretty exciting. So I'm telling you, Tennessee fans, give her a chance. That's the key. Give her a chance. Okay. She said in a press conference, I'm not Pat Summitt, not trying to be. I hope I do what I do to make Pat proud of me. That's about as simple as you can make it. I'm not her. I'm going to bust my tail to make her be proud of what I'm doing. There you go. You can't ask me any more than that. You shouldn't. So I'm all about it. I'm hoping that she becomes the lady we all think she's going to be. All right, you have until 6 o'clock tonight to bid on these items. This is the sports memorabilia auction going on. It's been going on since last week. You have until 6 o'clock tonight. You see right there, it's the cutoff. They ship all over the country. CollinsandCompany.info. Over 900 items to bid on. Football, basketball, baseball, NASCAR, Star Trek, Pokemon, sports memorabilia. Brett Favre pictures in there. You got a Michael Jordan Olympic card on this page. A signed basketball with the Harlem Globetrotters. All kinds of sports memorabilia. Bobblehead dolls. It goes on and on and on. And so you have until 6 o'clock tonight to bid on it at collinsandcompany.info. Speaking of Michael Jordan, speaking of the Olympic team, they have announced the Olympic basketball team. 12-man roster. They've picked 11 and got room for one more. Pretty good team. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards. Some of the guys on the team. The team looks like it's going to give them fits this year is Germany and France. So, anyway, that is some of the guys on the 2024 Olympic team. So, is Olympics this year? Yeah. Summer Olympics this year coming up. So, anyway, that's some of the guys on the team. Pretty star-studded lineup. I don't think it'll ever be as good as the Dream Team, but we'll see. Time will tell. All right, NBA, in this case, the WNBA. Last night, Caitlin Clark. Hello, I can't imagine anybody not picking this one. And we got it right. Indiana Fever took her, and why would they not? They're the number one pick. She gets to team up with the reigning Rookie of the Year, Leah Boston, which is really cool. So, two-time Naismith Player of the Year and all-time leading scorer in Division I history. One of the best offensive prospects to ever play. Off the court, she's a marketing dream. You better believe it. Will raise the profile of the Indiana Fever and the WNBA, no question. She is going to be already is a really, really, really good asset for the program for the WNBA. NASCAR racing this weekend. The lads from NASCAR in Talladega. You'll have the Ag Pro 300 on Saturday, the Xfinity Series. And then coming up on Sunday, the Geico 500 at 3 o'clock, the big one from Talladega. So always fireworks at Talladega and Daytona, the two super speedways, and I would expect nothing less this weekend. All right, we have the NBA. Here we go. Tournaments I should say the playoffs start, or play-in games, I should say, start tonight. Who's playing where? Hello, Marianne Carlson. How you doing, lady? Thank you for watching the show. So it starts tonight. The Lakers and the Pelicans. Are you an NBA guy? No. The Lakers and the Pelicans tonight in New Orleans. And Golden State will be in Sacramento to battle the Kings tonight. That's the start of the NBA play-in for the playoffs. So tomorrow night, the Heat will be in Philadelphia, and Atlanta will play the Bulls in Chicago. That's coming up tomorrow night. But tonight, again, the Western Conference opener, the play-in games, if you will. The number 8 seed, the LA Lakers, and the number 7 seed, the New Orleans Pelicans in New Orleans. And then number 10 seeded Golden State will be at number 9 seeded Sacramento. You got to know the NBA's wanting the Lakers and the Warriors to move on because of Curry and LeBron and the marketing value they bring to the NBA. No question. Can they? I don't know. We'll see. But they'll play that one tonight. We'll let you know how it goes tomorrow. Quick break. We're back with more. We're here on the road again at Phil's Dream Pit. Right back after this from the Eagle Center, one of our proud sponsors of the Tom Dillard Sports Show. Would you please?
Eagle Center Co-op is a great collection of antiques and collectibles, coins, cast iron, vintage furniture, artwork, just about anything that you can think of. And I always say that it's full of things from the past that tell a story when people no longer can. So lots of things to add character and conversation to your home, handmade jewelry, just about anything that you can think of, we got it.
You have a waiting list. How many vendors right now?
We have close to 50 vendors, and we have a 2-page waiting list for people who would like to become vendors, and hopefully we can work those in somehow. It's exciting.
Hours are open?
We're open 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
And social media?
Social media is on Facebook at Eagle Center Co-op, and we're located at 507 East Elk Avenue in downtown Elizabethton. Beautiful downtown.
Beautiful downtown. Be loyal, buy local, and buy it in Betsy at Eagle Center Co-op in downtown Elizabeth, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Dillard Sports Show and Cyclone Football.
It's important to hire a professional because you want a quality, trained, and licensed person working in your home. All of my staff are factory trained and have years of experience. With today's technology in heating and air conditioning systems, you want a trained professional working on your system. Our motivation to provide our customers with the best service is years of experience. We've been in business for 35 years, and we plan on being in business for another 35 years, so we want to make our customers happy.
And back on the Tom Dillard Sports Show live at Phil's Dream Pit. They do have a menu for kids. We don't talk much about it, but they have kids hot dogs, pork sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, the old PB&J. They got brisket and a rib meal, too, for the kids, and a pulled chicken sandwich, too. So it's not just for adults. Kids, by definition, are 12 and under. Served with one side and a small drink. They got a kids menu, too, here at Phil's Dream Pit. And do we have desserts? Absolutely. Banana pudding. Oh. And the Blueberry Dream. Oh, good stuff. The Blueberry Dream comes with ice cream. You got the banana pudding. Can't go wrong with it, folks. Hello, John Ganzel. Hope I'm saying it right. We're live here again at Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Coming up, we're going to be joined here in a few minutes by our buddy Hank Brown. Scheduled to be with us. All right, National Hockey League last night. The Predators' final game of the regular season, losing on the ice to the Pittsburgh Penguins, 4-2. Hello, Dennis Schultz. How you doing, sir? Other winners last night on the ice: Detroit, the Islanders, Buffalo, Washington, the New York Rangers, also Edmonton and Minnesota. Tonight on the ice of the National Hockey League, you have Ottawa skating in Boston against the Bruins, Carolina and Columbus against the Blue Jackets, Detroit skates in Montreal, Philadelphia hosting Washington. Florida home to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Seattle and Winnipeg. Vegas home to Chicago and the Calgary Flames. In Vancouver against the you-know-who. Love to say it, the Vancouver Canucks. There you go. Container Man. Hello, Jimmy Stout. How you doing? ContainerManTN.com. Go to that website. Saw another container yesterday. They're everywhere. You call, they'll drop it off, you fill it up, and they'll haul it away. Real simple. It can't be any more simpler than that, I wouldn't think. You simply call and say, come drop it off to where we need it. And they do. And then they turn right around and take it right back out once it's full of whatever you're putting in there. It could be a little bit of everything. They don't really care what's in there, I don't think. They just say, we're just trying to help you out to get rid of it. The stuff you don't want. So, ContainerMan, TN.com. They're in Bristol. They're in Johnson City. They got them everywhere. And they fill them up fast and turn right around and get rid of them right back out the door, if you will. It's a phone call away. Go to ContainerManTN.com and get yourself a phone call. I'm sorry, make yourself a phone call. I'm trying to find it. Had it here a while ago. Here it is, right here. ContainerManTN.com. So call them. They'll come and they'll drop it off to you. You fill it up and they haul it away. Real simple. Here's the phone number, 431-9267. 431-9267. We talked about this Bass Fest coming up next weekend. If you're a golfer, they got the Kingsport Chamber Scrambles coming up. May 13th and 14th at Ridgefields. One of our sponsors, Food City, is on board to sponsor that. Individual entry fees are $175 a player, $700 for a team of 4. Put the glasses back on. So, if you're a golfer, again, $175 per player and $700 for a team of 4. The Kingsport Chamber Golf Scramble coming up May 13th and 14th at Ridgefields Country Club in Kingsport. So, if you're interested, give them a call. 392-8827. 392-8827. And Caroline's the lady you want to talk to get your name on the books to be either a sponsor or a player of the Kingsport Chamber Golf Scramble May 13th and 14th at Ridgefields Country Club. All right, scholarship signing coming up at 3:15. Luke Whaley going to Maryville College to play football. Ben Fox, I think, will be in town, the head coach. And so he's going there to play football. We'll stream that for you coming up at 3:15 today, and then we'll have baseball tonight. Cyclone baseball, 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock first pitch. Cyclones and Tennessee High. Played last night, went to extra innings. The Vikings prevailed in Bristol, so game 2 tonight. I think Rhett Schlegel's on the hill. I don't know that, but whoever's going to be a good ball game. It was yesterday. Went to extra innings, and Tennessee High prevailed. So same 2 teams today. Airtime 6:30. First pitch at 7. Video and audio from Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. We're looking forward to being there. Tomorrow, as we said, parking the show, we're going to be speaking tomorrow at lunch at the Elizabethton Rotary. Thursday will be at Duck Crossing, and Friday will be at Port Travis Deli. So we'll just keep on keeping on as we do every day. On show number 2057, back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports. Hey, this is Tom Taylor. Here in 2024, the Tom Taylor Sports Show is now on TikTok. That's right. Lots of cool things coming all year long, again on TikTok. Be sure and like us, share it, and follow by hitting the plus button. So a lot of neat things coming. Please get on board with us. Like, share, or follow by hitting the plus button. The Tom Taylor Sports Show, now in 2024 on TikTok. Tom Taylor Sports Show. Got a brand new product. Tell me what's going on.
We sure do. We have contactless Visa debit cards, and some of you all have been asking and wanting to know, when are you going to implement that? We are hitting the ground running. So right now you can get your free instant issue contactless debit cards at Northeast Community Credit Union, and that's just another form of payment. So you've got the mag strip on the back, you've got your contactless, invisible, what you want to call it, if you want to pay that way for tabless, or you've got your chip. So we're just staying up to date with all the things, and we listened to you. So you wanted that, and that's what we can provide. And we've implemented it with hard work, behind the scenes, a lot of teamwork, effort, and come get your contactless Visa debit card today.
Available now
Yes.
at all locations. Our locations are
They are in Rome Mountain. They are in Elizabethton, one in behind Elizabethton High School, our main office. And then we have one off of 19E in Elizabethton. We have one in Johnson City off of West Oakland Avenue.
social media. How do we find you?
You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, or bemycu.org.
And the magic main number is
423-547-1200.
brand new product from Northeast Community Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. And again with Double C Western Supply, a lot of Western stores out there. What do you feel like separates Double C from all the other competition?
I feel like there's a lot of things that separate us. Our customer service, I feel like we help our customers very well. I feel like we're very friendly, and at least we try to be. We strive to be a friendly, family-based business. I also feel like our prices are very good. I feel like we try to keep our prices and our merchandise to a point that the whole family can shop here. And I mean, some things do have to be a little more expensive just because of the nature, but I feel like we try to keep our prices down low enough. And just we're always just striving to get the next newest merchandise, the best merchandise that we can for them, and just we just try our best to do the best we can all the time. So I feel like, mainly that our customer service and our prices kind of differentiate us.
There you go.
Yeah.
Double C Western Supply on Railroad Street in Elizabeth. And again, social media, they're there, and also the website, doublecwestern.com. So, proud sponsor of the show, Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Miss Diane and the great folks at Double C Western Supply in Elizabeth. And be loyal, buy local, buy it in Betsy. Amazon doesn't sponsor your ball teams, but Double C Western Supply does. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, look who stopped by. My buddy Hank Brown's in the house. Oh, yes. Captain Hank, how you doing, sir?
Good, Tom. How are you?
Good. We go back a long way. How many years? How many years I've been helping you have the honor of doing Crazy Eights?
I don't know. We've been doing it over 30 years, and you've been there most of the time. So.
Most of the time. We started over on Eastman Road, right? Back in the day?
Yeah, Eastman Road.
How many years have we been going into the stadium now?
Well, that's a good question. I think since 2006, maybe 2005 or 6, longer than you think.
Yeah.
Still feels new to me.
Absolutely. Lisa Baker, who's down in New Orleans, says, "Hey, Hank," she said.
Hey, Lisa. She's in New Orleans?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
They may not let her come back. So
Yeah.
she is a piece of work. Love that old girl. She's
Lisa,
nice.
we're going down there in October.
October?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
She said, "I've had pulled pork 3 days down here, and nothing compares to Phil's." There you go. And she's in New Orleans, which is known to have some pretty good food.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hello, Mike Andes. Hello to Dennis Norcus. Hope I'm saying it right. And Lisa says, "Hey, Hank." And so he says, "Hey, back." So WeRunEvents.com, for folks who don't know what you do, he, in my humble opinion, I say this every time, he don't want to hear this, and that's okay. Or doesn't want to hear it. That's not good English. But he has, I think the word would be revolutionized and put running on the map in the Tri-Cities low these many years. He's been at it for a long, long, long time. What will this be for the Crazy Eights coming up this year?
1990 was the first year. So this will be 35 years?
35 years.
Math is correct.
So I can say that with authority that he is the guy that keeps it going. So now he has a company called We Run Events. We've got one this weekend. We've got several road races. This one's called Run for Your Buns in Johnson City. Tell me about this one.
Yeah. Yeah, we've having a very busy April, which is what we like. We got, I think, 9 races on the calendar in April. So this Friday we have Run for Your Buns 5K. It's in Johnson City. We've done this race for quite a few years. Very great organization, the Gentle Move Colon Foundation. That's where the money goes for this one, and it's for obviously colon disease and colonoscopies, and so they do a great job with that event Friday night. It's not kind of a fun Friday night race. Then Saturday morning we're going to get up early and drive to Burnsville, North Carolina. I love Burnsville. It's a nice little town. They have a beautiful town square right in the middle of downtown.
Yes, they do.
And that's where this race takes place, right there in the middle of the town square. 5K, Burnsville Fit Families 5K. Good organization. They really try to promote fitness, especially in the younger people. So anyone, I think it's 17 and under, gets to run for free on this one. So that's a pretty cool.
That is a cool little town.
Yeah, we like Burnsville.
And
right there in the mountains.
They got some great antique stores over there too. If you're an antiquer or just going around just
they do
looking at stores, looking at stuff.
Yeah.
Baker says, "Stay home if you can." She's not a fan of New Orleans. So there you go. Hello to Joe Hunt. Thank you for watching. We're talking to Hank. So Friday night Johnson City, Saturday morning Burnsville. Then what's next?
Well, then Sunday afternoon, we're in Bristol at Steel Creek for the Imagine 5K. And we're putting that on for our friend Macy Carrier Gray. She's putting this race on. Really not. It's the second year of this one. It's and she does. I mean, Macy does an amazing job. She knows what she's a runner herself, fast runner, and so Imagine 5K at Steel Creek, 4:00 Sunday afternoon. So it'll be a lot of fun. So you can come out to that one too. So that's our weekend. 3 races this weekend. And Natalie's fussing at me because this is also the South Carolina spring game, and we have to miss it.
And she's not happy.
No, she's not happy with me.
No, because you're missing the Gamecock spring game.
Yep.
Hank, by the way, is a grad and alum of South Carolina, so he has on his South Carolina T-shirt in commemoration of the Lady Gamecocks winning the national championship. They can play.
They can play. Actually, it's an amazing story what they did this year, and I could talk for hours about the Lady Gamecocks. But to lose all 5 starters from last year, all went to the WNBA.
Yep.
You'd think they're going to be rebuilding, or at least not even be in the top 10 or something. But they not only won the national championship, they went undefeated. I mean, of course, they had that really close game against Tennessee.
Yeah,
that was a miracle. But that was amazing season. Dawn Staley just did. If she's not the best coach in any sport, I don't know who is. So just to take a group of players that were bench players last year and win the national championship with them this year. So
you lose all start. I think of that. You take a team lose all 5 starters. You think we're in trouble. Well, not only did they come back, but they went undefeated, ran the table, won the national championship with the team lost all 5 starters the year before. That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive.
Very impressive. So you're going to miss the football game.
I know it.
So what do they call it down there? The
Garnet and Black.
Garnet Black
spring game.
Garnet Black spring game.
Yeah, they didn't set the date until we had already kind of set our race schedule, and we had. When I saw the date of the spring game on, oh no, I'm in trouble.
Ruh-roh, yeah.
Yeah, we got 3 races, but we're going to have fun this weekend with all these races.
Mrs. Hank is not happy, so I will say this: in all the stadiums I've called ball games all these years, one of the coolest places for me to call games is at Williams-Brice Stadium. Williams-Brice is a really cool venue. It's a broadcaster-friendly venue. It's a fun place to call a game. So. Gamecocks, and you feel pretty good about the team this year coming up?
Heck, who knows anymore? The way college football is, it's tough on fans because you just don't know who your team is.
Really?
Until they kick off.
Great point.
Because there's transfer portal and people moving around, and we lost, Spencer Rattler, who was the starting quarterback the last 2 years. So we'll see. They look, they could be okay. I think they got a pretty decent offensive line, which they haven't had in a long time.
Well,
but we'll see. We'll see how the transfers do, and how the new people coming in. Like I said, it's tough to be a fan in today's sports world with all the things moving around.
The ever-changing. Transfer portal opened up today, so, I'm sure you're going to see for the next 15 days people going from point A to point B in virtually every sport. So
yeah.
And that's just the nature of the beast.
And that's kind of one reason the South Carolina women's basketball team is so good, so that's why I'm a fan of theirs. But you don't see as much movement in women's basketball as you do in other sports. There is some, of course, but the WNBA won't draft you until you're, I think, 22 years old. So they do stay 3 or 4 years. Now they might move around during those 3 or 4 years, but they seem to be more loyal to their team than others.
I applaud the WNBA for that.
Yeah,
you can't get in there until you're 22 years old.
Yeah.
So
I wish the NBA did that. And
yeah, they'll take them at 15 if they can play.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just, to me, that's wrong. But they don't ask me. So after this weekend, this is busy time. What's coming up in May?
Well, then the last weekend in April, we're working with the First Baptist Church on their race. Used to be the Amazing Grace 5K, and a lot of people remember that. Due to a lot of construction in downtown Kingsport, they kind of had to revise that course, and they kind of carved out a 2-mile course, and so it's a unique distance. You don't see 2 miles ever. So if you want to come and run, and it qualifies for state record, so if you're looking for a 2-mile state record, this is a race to come to. And it's a 1-mile course that you run twice, so it's kind of cool, and you got a lot of spectators cheering you on. And that's Sunday, April 28th in Kingsport at First Baptist Church. It's called the Second Mile 2-mile run. So that's April 28th. And then, boy, we get into May, and we got
wide open.
Yeah, wide open again. So.
Yeah. And then, of course, the granddaddy of them all is not that far away, the Crazy Eights Road Race and Fun Fest. That'll be coming up in July in Kingsport. And it is, in all seriousness, it's not that far away.
It's not. It's, we start doing a lot of preliminary stuff, and I start thinking, we got to order this and order that, and we got to get going. And, July 20th in Kingsport. And, we are hosting the Men's AK National Championship again. One thing I'd love to point out is if you watch the Men's Olympic Marathon Trials, where they selected the team for the Paris Olympics, the top 3 guys in the trials who made the team all ran Crazy Eights. So I was really cheering for them. Connor Mance, Clayton Young, and Leonard Courier are the top 3, and they're on the team, and all 3 of them have run Crazy Eights at the national championship. So it just shows that the 8K National Championship that we're hosting is producing bringing in the top guys.
What a compliment to Kingsport and the Crazy Eights. So that'll be coming up. The date this year is?
July 20th.
July 20th for Crazy Eights. It's the Saturday kicking off Fun Fest. And it's a huge event. Love it. How many, on the average, runners do you have?
Well, we'll get probably between 3,000 and 3,500.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we topped out about 4,000 several years before COVID. Of course, COVID hit and kind of knocked everything backwards, and we're getting back. We're getting back to where we were before, and the 2019 time. So we're hoping for 3,500 this year.
So, again, we're talking to our buddy, as you see on the screen, Hank Brown. We run events. Love working with him every year. It's the coolest thing. Always can't wait. Circle the calendar, get to hang out with Hank and his wife, Natalie, and a bunch of good folks in Kingsport. So here it is, April the 16th. The race is on July the 20th. That puts you at May, June, July, roughly 90 days, give or take. Could someone get in shape enough to run the Crazy Eights, or at least come do the walk?
Yeah, absolutely. You got plenty of time. They, especially the walk. We got a 3K. A lot of people think it's just the 8K, and 8K is around 5 miles. So that's a little challenging for someone just getting started, but they could do it. but we also have a 3K, which is a run walk, and that has become very, very popular. And so, yeah, if you want to do either the 3K or the 8K, you got plenty of time to get ready. And a lot of people do both. We've set it up so that you can run the 3K, run or walk the 3K, and then turn right around, jump in the start line of the 8K and do that. We call that the Totally Crazy, and they get a big special medal just for that.
The coolest thing for me number one, I get to work this man, but we always get to give the prayer. And people tell me every year they look forward to me doing the prayer, and it's like, okay, I just get up there and say what's on my brain. But they like that, and I appreciate that very much. I appreciate the fact that he has an event he's still opened up with a prayer. And so July the 20th, you want to be a part of this if you want to walk. So if you were a coach, you take me or take any of these people in here, and there's a bunch of them in here, and they want to become a runner or at least a walker, step me through it. Get a pair of shoes. Do you set a goal of walk down to the corner and come back? I mean, how do you get it started where you can go from doing nothing to the fact that you're walking and advancing to being a runner?
Well, that's a great question, and I think that's the beauty of this sport. And I call it a sport. A lot of people may not. That you can just go down and buy a pair of running shoes, maybe a pair of running shorts and shirt. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment. You don't need, golf clubs and tennis rackets and pickleball rackets, and that's the big thing now. And or whatever it is you want to do, you just need a pair of shoes. As far as coaching goes, and this is what I like to say is everybody knows how to run.
Mm-hmm.
You grow up running.
Mm-hmm.
You run down the block. When it's recess, you go out and run, and so you know how to do it. It's just a matter of conditioning yourself and getting up to the stamina part of going longer distances. And distance running does require that patience, I guess, and starting out with walking, running combination. Hey, I still do walking, running because I'm getting kind of old, and I can't do what I used to do, so I'd have to take little walk breaks here and there, and that's okay. And so you start out, you maybe say, I'm going to go a mile today, and then you go out, and you don't need a reservation at a tennis court, or you don't need a tee time at a golf course or anything like that. You just go out your back door and get started, and you just go down the block and come back a few times. There's people in my neighborhood, I see them, they just run around the block, and that's fine, whatever they want to do. And then, so it's a easy sport to get started into, and there's nothing better for you than walking and running. And so if you want, you just build yourself up and say, next week I'm going to go a little bit farther, and week after that a little bit farther, and you just make your own plan. And but there are plenty of coaches out there too if you wanted to hire a coach to get you going.
Same with walking. You want to go to, hello Matt Googe, how you doing? If you want to go to a track, just walk. 2 laps, half mile, 4 laps a mile, just walk. Start walking. And if you want to start jogging, once you feel like you're tired of walking, you can do that. You break into a run, however you want to do it. But I guess the adage is something's better than nothing, right?
Oh yeah, just walking is great, and it's there's not as much stress on your knees and your joints. If you're a little overweight, like most of us are, then you may not want to take off just running. So you might want to start out walking and add a little bit of running in there, jogging as you go, and before you know it, you're out there running. I see it all the time. We do races every weekend, and I have people come up to me and say, hey, I just started last year, and here I am running a 5K, or I'm running a 10K. And I said, that's the way to do it, man. And I love to see it. I mean, that's why I love this business that we're in, is we see inspirational stories all the time of people that say, man, I'm tired of being out of shape, or I'm tired of being overweight, I'm tired of this or that, and they just start running. And it's like, you don't need a lot of money to do it. You just go out and around your neighborhood, or on a track, like you said.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired, or if you wherever you live, you say, okay, I'm going down to that street corner, or a little bit far. Just set a place. I'm going down there. I'm going to walk back, and if I feel good, I'm going to walk back down there again, walk back, and then tomorrow I'm going to go another extra 100 yards and back. And that's how you do it. You know that. I'm preaching to the choir, but something is better than nothing. Hello to Rob Jr. Hello to Kim and Ken Short. Hello to Matt Gooch. Thank you all for watching. We've got them. Rick's watching down in Pensacola. Got Jimmy in Georgia. Got them here in the Tri-Cities. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we work our way through this this Tuesday, again, a scholarship signing at 3:15. Luke Whaley going to Maryville College to play football. We'll stream that. And then we've got a baseball game tonight, Cyclones and Tennessee High from the stadium. Hello, Keith Hart. How you doing, sir? Had Keith on yesterday on the show. Got that big plant sale coming up on Saturday at Sycamore Shoals in Elizabethton. So Hank is here with us, again, talking running and walking. And basically, as we said, something is better than nothing. And so any of these you can come and be a part of, whether it's a walk or a run. Of course, we're pushing the Big Daddy, the Crazy 8s on July the 20th. So, but you can start today and walk, and by the time you get there for the 20th, you could probably walk at the 3K, couldn't you, if you walk a little bit every day? Yeah.
No problem. That'd be a great, and that's a great way to do it, is to set a goal. So I'm going to run Crazy 8s, 3K or 8K in July, and just set that as your goal. And nothing works better than having a goal out there, you know. So I usually need something, you know, 'cause it's kind of hard every day just to get up and go without some kind of goal, whether it's weight loss or whether it's, say, I'm going to run 2 or 3 or miles or an 8K or whatever. So, yeah, set yourself a goal. And with Crazy 8s, we hope to make a really big announcement soon. I can't say what it is just yet because it's not 99% certain, but I want to make sure we get all the T's crossed on this one before we announce it. So everybody stay tuned. We got a big announcement coming on Crazy 8s.
Well, use these airwaves to do it when you can find out what you're going to do, because we love to promote it and promote what's going on, because, you know, the thing about the Crazy 8s, every year it's almost like a homecoming. The same people come back in town. There's a couple comes in here every year from Hilton Head, and another couple from Myrtle Beach, and they look me up every year.
Yeah.
An older couple, and they always play catch up. What you've been doing since last year, and it really becomes a reunion.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I can't remember their names, but they're an older.
Danny and Susan. Yep.
Who?
Danny and Susan.
That's them. Yeah. That's them. They always look me up and say, "What are you doing there, big?" They call me Big Country. Okay, whatever. So, but we always look to see each other, and we fist bump each other and get caught up, and you know, and that's what Crazy. I mean, it really has become a reunion of sorts, hasn't it?
It has, and we love to see groups like people like that, or groups get together. We got, for example, I got an email from the ETSU alumni group. They're making Crazy 8s a big summer thing for their group. Then they have a big group, so you know, we're giving them a discount. So if there's other groups out there that want to join in like that, and we're more than happy to give discounts to the group discounts, you know, to people like that. So yeah, it's a fun time. It's almost an all day thing with Crazy. You can come out there and, you know, at least starting at 6 o'clock with the kids races and the 3K and then the 8K. From about 6 o'clock on, there's something going on. I can barely keep up with it myself.
and the kids races are really cool.
Oh yeah.
You start with the little people, and they run 100 yards down the chute at the football stadium at Kingsport, J. Fred. Then the next group runs 300 yards, a little bit further. And then the older kids, the 10 through 12-year-olds, they run 600 yards.
600, yeah.
Yeah. And it all stays in the stadium, so everybody can see, you know, moms and dads know where the kids are. They're not out on the street running, so it all is compacted inside the stadium. It's kind of they got a little course, everybody knows. And then the Special 8s is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
These are folks that have challenges of sorts, and they line them up down underneath the scoreboard. We got a chute, for lack of a better term, down both sides. People can lean on fencing and cheer people on the entire evening. So everybody gets up on that fence and cheers these kids coming down in wheelchairs. The little guy last year had the metal braces, and he's got that determined look on his face, and he's going to make it. And he did. place is going nuts. Everybody's screaming and cheering these little kids on, and high school kids. I mean, the ages. I mean, they're just folks that they're called special aids for a reason, and I've always applauded you for doing that. You created that early on, and that's a big hit for everybody.
It is, and it's one of my favorite events, and to me it's a highlight of the evening.
Yep.
And it happens early. So yeah, I love special aids, and no matter where I am, I'm kind of all over the place during the evening. I make sure I'm in the stadium when special aids goes on, so I never want to miss that.
I'm always glad that I'm wearing sunglasses. That way people can't see me crying. It gets to me. Just gets to me.
It does. It gets to you.
It is emotional.
Because they're determined. I know there's one little guy that does it. It's a highlight of his year, and and I know his parents, and he has that look on his face. He said that he's going to make that 100 yards one way or another, and he does it on his own. I mean, he doesn't want anybody helping him.
Yep.
So.
In fact, the parents have come up to me over the years and said, look, this is the highlight of my child's year, to come over here and have these people. We're talking hundreds of people in this 100-yard stretch from the bottom of the scoreboard down to the other end of the field. And all these people are clapping and cheering these kids on. They go bananas, and they love it. They feed off the energy. And so, as I said, the parents said that's the highlight of the year for my child to come be in the special eights at the Crazy Eights. So July the 20th, you out of town folks, or you're in town folks, you've never been there, you need to come just as a spectator. We'd love for you to walk or run, but if you don't, just come over there. We have the Health Expo there at the Civic Auditorium.
Well, that's one change we're making. We won't have an official expo this year, and we're going to move our registration and our operations back to the stadium in the that baseball field house.
Okay.
So it's closer. Civic Auditorium was fantastic, great space. It's kind of wore us out, though, getting back and forth between the Civic Auditorium and the stadium. It's further away than you think. And so we will have a few vendors set up at the field house. And so it just keeps everything in one location there, really close to the finish line inside the stadium. So we appreciate the Civic Auditorium and all the help they gave us over the last few years, but we're going to kind of move our operations all back into the J. Fred Johnson Stadium.
Everything you want to know about this man's running company is WeRunEvents.com. And if you want to create a new event, if you want to create a new running event and use We Run Events, go to the website, WeRunEvents.com. And there's things he'll do to help enhance you, and from a marketing standpoint, help you get your race up and running. But the fundraiser, it's for whatever reason you want to have a walk or a run, you will help folks get it set up, won't you?
We do. We do that. We have several new events every year. We love to see new events come along. There's always some that, there's some that drop off and some new ones, and then we got a lot that we have every year. So we love the new events. We love helping people out. We did a race in Morristown a week or so ago, and they weren't new, but they had used other timing companies before us, and we helped them kind of redesign the course in Morristown, which they said worked out much better. And after the race, the race director came up to me and says, y'all were, her words, 100 times better than anybody that we've used before. So we always like to hear that, and it's good for our crew to hear that because they work hard.
Yes, they do.
They are. We have the best crew, I think, in the world. They know what they're doing. I can pull the van up there and unlock the doors, and they just take over. So we love helping events get started and organizations raise money for their cause and their charity, and that's what it's all about.
You got it. Are you hungry, sir?
I am, actually. Yeah.
How can you sit and not get hungry
at
Phil's Dream Pit? So go enjoy a free lunch. Thank you for coming, as always.
Yeah.
Love working with this man. He's a class act, he and his wife. You look under class in the dictionary, big 8x10 glossy of Hank and Natalie. There they are. So quick break. We'll be right back. We'll try and get Brian in here, the owner of Set Establishment, to wrap this thing up. We are live here again at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26 on show number 2057 He said it wasn't going to work. A sports show on the YouTube and internet, Facebook. Yep. We're at number 2057 show on the Tom Taylor Sports. Talking to Dr. Justin Smith, one of our great sponsors here at the Tom Taylor Sports Show, Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports. A lot of them out there. What do you feel like separates physical therapy services from all the competition?
Well, number one is that we're local. The money that you spend with us stays here. Mm-hmm. This is not a large corporate venture that your money goes to Florida or Miami or up to Chicago or wherever. We are a true mom and pop facility. We pride ourselves on that, number one. Number two, we don't have a bunch of higher-ups, VPs, multiple presidents that we have to end up making a bunch of profit to be able to pad their pockets. The money that we make in physical therapy services, we reinvest back into the community. So that's why we have our Class 4 laser, we have our Ultra G, we have all the equipment that nobody else in the area has. And we can provide services and for the people of Elizabethton, of Carter County, Roan Mountain, Hampton, Stony Creek, Mountain City, Johnson City. That's why we have people from all over the area that flock to our facility because they know they're going to get the best care, state-of-the-art care with the most state-of-the-art equipment.
It's awesome. Can't top that, folks. Great sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports. And great folks at Physical Therapy Services.
Really easy way to feed a family or a bunch of people. We start them off at 4. Dream pack for 4 runs $32.99, gives you a pound of meat. You can do pulled pork or pulled chicken, either one at that price. 3 sides, it's a pint each, so it's a 4-ounce serving of meat, 4-ounce serving of 3 different sides. Gives you a really good meal that'll fill you up. It's not something that you eat and you're hungry later, an hour later. I'm going to include your buns, your barbecue sauce. Instead of picking up a pizza, come by here, pick up a Dream Pack. Your family will thank you. And if you need it for more people, the breakdown on it's $8.25 a person. 12 people, for instance, is $99. You'll see that advertising out from us in a lot of different places. Feed 12 people for $99. That gives you 2 pounds of meat, 1.5 quarts of each side. Still gives you the bun, still the barbecue sauce. Really, really popular. I had a group at Eastman just order a 16 for Wednesday. So you call us ahead. We can do as many people as you want. We do 100 people, 200 people. We'll put those in pans for you, or as few as 4. So in even numbers, however many you want, $8.25 a person. You can't beat it.
Cannot beat it, folks. Again, here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. The phone number is 349-6437. Hours are open
11 to 7, Tuesday through Saturday. We take Sunday and Monday off, but we're here the rest of the week.
Social media
on Facebook, maybe Instagram later if one of my kids shows me how to use it, but right now it's on Facebook. That's where people watch you, so we'll figure they've got it here.
And the website is?
Website is philsdreampit.com.
You got it.
I see a familiar face here. Looks like he's ready to talk to you.
He is. That's our buddy Jeff.
Going to talk some NASCAR, I'm betting.
That's our buddy Brian Pipkin, the owner of Phil's Dream Pit, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. That's going to do it. Brian there, he is hopping, and we understand that. We like when they're hopping. Hello, Ellie. Oh, boy. Catherine? Hope I'm saying it right. Probably not. Hello, Ernest. Some of these last names I'm going to butcher them and embarrass myself. Dion Craig, thank you for watching. Sammy Shelton, thank you for watching. James Lewis, I can say that one. Thank you for watching. So, anyway, we're going to get out of here. We'll rejoin you. I got to get something to eat. I'm hungry. I'm going to rejoin you at 3:15 for the Luke Whaley Scholarship signing. Elizabeth and youngster heading off to Marable College. Then we'll come back tonight and bring you Cyclone baseball. 6:30 airtime. We'll go on air at 6:30 with the first pitch at 7. Video and audio will be, again, at Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark, ready to bring it to you. Tennessee High coming to town. 2 teams played last night. It's home and away in the conference. And last night, they won an extra inning, so it'll be a rematch tonight. Should be a good one. We're looking forward to bringing it to you. Tucker Taylor running the camera. And yours truly, Tom Taylor, bringing it to you. So I want to say thanks to our guest, Jeff Beverly, from the Big Orange Update, or with the Big Orange Update. And, of course, just now Hank Brown with the WeRunEvents.com. Appreciate them very, very much. and Brian and Michaela being on the show. So we will rejoin you at 3:15, which is not that far away, in about 2 hours. With the scholarship signing, I got to eat and head back to Betsy. We are at Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26, where we are, by the way. And it is a place that's open Tuesday through Saturday. It's right off Interstate. You can't miss it. If you're coming from Johnson City, just come off the interstate and it's straight ahead about 1,000 yards, and you'll see it. If you're coming from Kingsport, get off Eastern Star, come back over top of the interstate, and drop down, and you'll see it. It's very easy, right off the interstate. Can't miss it. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecuing. And we'll go one more time with our buddy Michaela to tell you about something they're doing a lot this time of year, catering opportunities. A lot of catering opportunities here at Phil's Dream Pit. As we said, she took 40 brisket dream packs just this morning to Eastman, and they picked up another 10 pounds of chicken and 6 pounds of pulled pork. So you like this food? Here's Michaela to tell you how they can come cater your event on the Tom Taylor Sports. Buddy Michaela Miller from Phil's Dream Pit. Catering. Tell us catering opportunities using Phil's Dream Pit.
Well, where do I start? You call me, you tell me how many people you want. It's $13.99 per person. It'll be a 15% gratuity on top of that with a $200 setup and serve fee. And what that's going to get you is me and a team of 5 or 6, depending on how many I need, will come out. I'll set up my food. I make your sandwiches. We'll serve all your sides. We clean up, get out of your hair, and you never know we were there.
What are the options on the menu?
Pretty much it's open game.
Anything?
Yeah, open game.
Yep.
Okay, the hash brown casserole. We don't do the hash brown casserole in bulk or catering at all.
349-6437. Catering opportunities for any event coming up. Give them a call right here at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue, catering any event. Call her, ask for Michaela, and let her step you through how she can help you with catering from Phil's Dream Pit. One of our great sponsors on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and on Cyclone Football. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, let's wrap it up by giving you not the verse today, but we did pull out of a Charles Stanley sermon. I'm a big fan of Charles Stanley, to say the least, the late Charles Stanley. It says, he said, I should say, in one of his sermons, Lord, give me such a yearning, a hunger, a thirsting desire to obey you, that I absolutely cannot disobey you under any conditions and have a moment's rest. God, prick my heart and prick my conscience that I can only be happy pleasing you. What a way to end this. Hello, Doug Babcock. Hello to Keith Barnett. Lord, give me such a yearning, a hunger, a thirsting desire to obey you that I absolutely cannot disobey you under any condition and have a moment's rest. God, prick my heart and prick my conscience that I can only be happy pleasing you. That came from the late Charles Stanley. Good way to end it. Back at 3:15, Cyclone signing, and then coming up at 6:30 tonight, Cyclone baseball from the stadium. We'll have it for you. Tomorrow, speaking at the Rotary Club, won't have a show tomorrow. Back with you Thursday. We'll be at Duck Crossing, Antique Store in downtown Elizabethton. Then Friday we'll be at Poor Trav's Deli in Elizabethton. But today we wrap it up from Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. My man's over here. Scotty's in the house. He's wolfing it. They just keep coming, folks. Steady stream. Till we re-greet you at 3:15, we'll tell you as always, bloom where you're planted and win or lose. Be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2057, the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live today at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Back at 3:15 with the scholarship.